So you've put together a nice fortune of $20,000 and realized that it doesn't go so far when you want to buy cars that are on your posters. That's okay. Today, in 2023, we're going over the best cars you can purchase under $20,000 that will be reliable, practical, fun to drive, and hold their value. And the fact that you're not financing a car, especially this year, you're a genius.
Matter of fact, make some noise if you feeling the energy.
Now, all of these cars are gonna be newer cars. I'm not dealing with old, used garbage, okay? So we're dealing with newer cars, better parts, and I'm breaking this list into two parts. Part one is for the proper man or woman that wants a respectable image. You know, that educated, I indicate before I turn, and I probably won't cut you off on the road kind of driver. The second part of this list is for the person who thinks going 99 in the left lane is still too slow and probably also won't bother indicating and also doesn't really care if they get to their destination. So the first car on the proper man's list, we're gonna start off with the 2021 Kia Soul. Okay, calm down. I know it's maybe not the best looking car in the world and it doesn't have any option for all-wheel drive, but when it comes to getting the most out of your 20K, this can be up there. Two big reasons. First, it's easy to buy. It's available and it's easy to run. It's super reliable. Obviously, it can carry quite a bit for subcompact, but it also comes with a juicy 100,000-mile or 10-year powertrain warranty. That's like double what most others will offer. So it's a sensible car, but there's just a bit more to it. Take a look at the interior. It's got character, class, that individuality some people like nowadays. For the driver, you sit quite a bit up higher than you might expect, and the windows are gigantic. More than that, there's quite a few features that this car packs. We're talking about a 10.25-inch screen that integrates Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The base model's 2-liter inline-4 engine produces 147 horsepower, okay? That might sound a bit on the lower side in theory, but the automatic transmission does quite a good job of maximizing all of its muscle, and we're dealing with modern tech. So this is not the same as something that is 147 horsepower built in like 2005. We're talking latest tech Kia, which is currently on the top of my list for innovators. So the Kia Soul is a solid option, but if that doesn't excite the sunrise meat, then perhaps I can interest you with the 2021 Trailblazer. This car is also easy and available and comes in just under $20,000 with some absolutely stellar expert and consumer ratings. Looks wise, it's better, objectively, than the Kia Soul. I mean, stop, okay? But those looks also extend to the insides, which are a lot more sporty as well as interesting. I mean, you get a 7-inch touchscreen as your entertainment system, but you get a 2-tone sunroof, the same one that's in the Maybach, and that's just a really cool feature I like to see. All these additional tech bits though did make Chevy cut costs elsewhere, and that's in the plastics. You see, if you do the good old plastic tap, it does feel a bit cheaper than other cars, but for the amount of tech you're getting here and intuitive design, I can live with that. As far as under the hood is concerned, you have two options for engines, but to keep it under 20,000, you will be riding a 1.2-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine making 137 horsepower. There is torque, there's a torque stat I'm being provided, but I'm not even gonna say it. Look, just don't drift it, okay, please. Basically, the Trailblazer is good enough for you to merge onto the I-95 traffic without risking anyone's life, so it's I-95 certified. Next on this list is the 2021 Kia Forte, and the first compact sedan on this list. So, it's not as roomy as the other cars, but objectively, it's better looking, okay? It's the best, stop it. You're going to notice a few similarities between it and the Kia Stinger, and that's a very, very good thing because the Stinger has that road presence. It's beautiful. Now, while there aren't many standout quirks about this car, we don't need them. It's a very solid car, great safety ratings. It's got a comprehensive smartphone integration, even in the most base model, and the cream of the crop, solid fuel efficiency, especially in these days. Comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine making 147 horsepower. It's the same as the Kia Soul, but you'll get better handling, braking, and better pick in the Kia Forte. Please don't race it though, I mean, stop it. The next car is the 2016 or 2017 Honda Civic. Okay, listen people, you cannot go wrong. And in general, when looking for a car, especially on a budget, if you're getting something after 2015, you're generally going to be in good hands. The Honda Civic gives you a ton of options, from a 4-door sedan to a 2-door hatchback, and I've gotta say, although it's way out of the pocket, the Type R looks kinda nasty, if you know what I mean. Now, there are drawbacks to getting a 2016 or 17 Honda Civic, namely in the interior features. If you go with the base models, which are the cheapest, you will give up the infotainment screen and Android Auto, as well as obviously Apple CarPlay. So while it's a solid engine, fantastic reliability, and super easy to maintain, I'd still consider it down the list. And last on this proper man's list, number 5, here we go. People, listen. 3 or 4 years ago, this list would had to have the Toyota Camry or the Corolla, but thanks to the long division errors at the Fed, Chairman Powell, the Camry and Corolla are trading over $22,000 at this time, and that's like the cheapest version, so those are not on the list. So instead, on this list, 2023, the last best car I would recommend, and you probably know where this is going, is the 2016 or 2017 Toyota Prius. I don't want to say anymore. I really don't. I don't even want to look at it. Okay, look, that's the end of this list. That's the Prius. It's the rock bottom, okay? If nothing else that's presented suits you, and you still want to hold on to like some speck of dignity on the road, take a look at the Prius, but just don't show it to me, okay? But with that being said, let's get on to the second part of this list, the part for all the Chads, the mad lads, the guys that go on Wrangler meets and then, beat their meets. The list for the second half, and I'll start with the 2015 BMW 4 Series Coupe. Get ready to lose all your money, but you'll do it with class. The 4 Series is world renowned. Everyone knows the car. Even the 2014 4 Series has some serious road presence, and you can show up to any car meet and feel absolutely no shame. Honestly, you can probably chop off a cat and be louder than stock Lambos. The 2014 4 Series is powered by a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 240 horsepower. Okay, was that close enough? 255 pound-feet of torque, and it's surprisingly responsive. It's a beamer. The base 4 Series also comes with a 6.5-inch infotainment system that relays all navigation and music, but may not have rear cameras, so it's important when you buy an older BMW, look closely at the back bumper. Seriously, it's very surprising, and if you really bring it up, the dealer can give you a bigger discount. So look at those back bumpers. I've been in those shoes. Also on the interior, the seating, it's okay, it's comfortable, but the cabin does feel just like a bit cheap. It's dark, it's closed in. The back seats, forget them. I mean, people can fit back there, but they'll suffer after 20 minutes. Number 2 on this list, just let's keep it moving, right? The BMW 3 Series from 2017. No introduction needed. Look, if you want a German-bred handling, the badge, you want the possibilities of some intense modification, and you don't mind being the target of hate of every cop and driver on the road, this is for you. The 3 Series is a little less sporty than the 4 Series. We're talking about base coupe models, right? But it does have substantially more room to house people in the back and put more lives at risk every ride. Just like the 4 Series Coupe, the 3 Series does come with xDrive, which is BMW's 4-wheel drive option. The 2017 3 Series had one of the best 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engines with 248 horsepower, achieving 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, which even by today's standards is above average. I mean, especially for less than 20K. Come on now. Oh, and not that anybody in this list cares, but it can also do 34 miles per gallon on highways. Just a thought. Just saying. But while Bimmers of the time were phenomenal driving machines, their cheap plastics and ruddy interiors gave room to another German brand to elevate into the racing sphere. We're talking about the third car on this list. Don't associate me with gangs. The Mercedes-Benz C-Class. This one is one for the posh driver. That feels haughty every time you embark on an adventure to local Whole Foods. The interior is levels up from the BMW. That's really what Mercedes has been known for. Latest tech, quality, and much more comfortable, but you're giving up the tighter steering and control of the BMW. The exterior of the C-Class borrows from the E-Class and the S-Class, giving it a super elegant design with nuanced sports lines, and the interior, in one word, is just lovely. For under $20,000, you're getting quite the bargain with all the tech and comfort packed into the cabin. But as with any German, your upkeep and maintenance costs will be much higher than the cars on part 1 of this list. Plus, your warranty has probably already expired. Next on the list, ladies and gentlemen, we've been to Korea, we've been to Germany, we've been all over the world, but how could you forget American-bred Ford Mustang from 2016, 2017. This one is for the other people, the guys and gals that like their American muscle along with absolutely nothing else, just pure American muscle. That's all this has. In 2016 and 17, Ford Mustangs do come in at just about 20,000, but again, with this part on the list, you will be paying higher costs in maintenance over time. The 2016 one doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but more importantly, it doesn't have line lock mode, which is present in 2017 5.0 and makes those burnouts and donuts effortless. There's also an insane variety of options between manual and automatic, Eco Plus, Pony, Dick Pic, Ready. The list goes on and on. What matters though is that it's also supporting a 3.7 liter V6 producing 300 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, and the biggest engine on the list so far. And I'm not about to go into like the fuel garbage and the efficiencies because like that might just put these guys to sleep. Oh wait, because if it's power that you want, there's a car better than the Mustang in almost every possible way. You may have guessed it already. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Dodge Charger. It's got more horsepower, it's got more power, big wheels, bigger cabin, more seats, more horsepower, worse gas ratings, more horsepower, more torque, more horsepower, more American. It's got more horses, okay? What else can I say? Just don't ever, unless you come from a long line of mechanics, ever buy yourself a Corvette under 20K. But if you do, please smash the subscribe button because there is no telling how much longer you'll be around. But back to the Dodge Charger. I'm sorry, I don't know where I was going. Okay, if all you really care about between the two is horsepower, go with the Charger. If you want more space, go with the Charger. If you want more noise, go with the Charger. In all honesty, between the Mustang and the Charger, if you want raw American muscle with more seats, bigger brakes, and bigger wheels as standard, go with the Charger. If you want a smaller coupe shape with a little bit more luxury and that suspension gimmick, go with the Mustang. Both of them can be found under 20K, and I would not recommend going older than 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have selected your car of choice for under 20,000 because that was the list. Now, before you go, make sure to smash the subscribe button because it really helps grow a small channel like the Wangan Loop. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take it easy.